And you little damn ant, buddy.
You're such a nice guy, Jay Leno.
I'm bored! I'm so bored!
Why don't we go to my website?
Gentlemen, the cola is very, very good today.
Is your child in the play?
What?
Is your child in the play?
Oh, the commercial thing from the commercial. Right. No.
Never mind.
No
Never
and.
mind. Fuck you, Gordon. Anyway, welcome to the episode, everybody.
You actually, real quick, your audio sounds like, is your mic plugged in? It sounds more echoey than usual.
It might be just a new room. Does this sound better at all?
Yeah, that sounds better.
Okay. It was actually just because my mic was on my blanket.
That makes sense.
We are already in the episode. I wasn't going to cut this part out because of that.
Okay, well, welcome to the episode. I'm Gordon's evil twin, Tom.
I'm normal.
Yes, because you are already the evil twin. You have a
Fuck
good twin
you.
out there somewhere, and she's desperate to talk about podcasts and have good opinions about movies. As to talk about podcasts,
You said desperate to talk about podcasts. It's just like
I realized that immediately after having said it.
it's like, you're acting like I don't enjoy being on here. If I didn't enjoy being on here, I wouldn't be doing this.
No, the desperate part was referring to the having good opinions about movies.
Oh, okay.
That's where the dichotomy comes in.
But you said desperate to talk about podcasts.
I meant to talk about movies and have good opinions on them. We can move past the bit. We can move past the we can get away from it.
I do think we've sufficiently sat in this fucking moment of you being stupid. So we can move on now to what the fuck's this movie called? Brotherly Love?
Brotherly Love. A movie about brothers that love.
Yeah, it's like the Property Brothers.
Yep. Can I read to you something that I don't think actually applies to this movie?
Is it the plot description of it somewhere?
It is the Wikipedia plot description.
Tell me what the plot description says.
Affable businessman Ben Ryder, sure, and his understanding wife Donna are stalked by his murderous twin brother Harry. All checks out so far.
Yes.
Who has just been released from a mental hospital.
Yes.
A year ago, but just relatively speaking.
He just found out that he was released, so I think it counts.
But still has a twisted obsession with money and the stock market?
Money, yes. Stock market, unsure.
Yes, but that's not like his deal. If I was describing this movie to someone, I don't think money and the stock market would come up at all, except like on a plot level, yes, where he ends up draining his brother's, his evil brother's bank account. But I would not describe Harry Brand as someone who, quote, still has a twisted obsession with money and the stock market.
But Gordon, you have to understand, Harry always loved money. Big money. That's what he called it.
He called it big money. I did take note of that line. So I guess it does set up that he did big money, he always called it. Yep. But I there are many things that I would say to describe the character of Harry Brand. A twisted obsession with money in the stock market, not so much. But
did they get murderous already? Like in that description?
Yeah. His murderous twin brother who has a twisted obsession.
Okay, so that works then, because the murder is the main thing.
Yeah,
and it's
I would just leave it at his murderous twin brother. I don't think we need to get into the fact that he is into money.
I don't know. It's different strokes for different folks,
Yes. Different strokes for different brothers.
Bros.
Love. Yep, different brokes. Not brokes.
Bros.
Money. He has $1.7 million. He is not broke.
He has a lot of millions. They kept saying like, "Oh, this $1 million thing, this $1 million thing."
quite a few millions. 2, in fact.
Well, more than that. I just said 2 for fun.
Well, no, he says 2. He like inherited 2 from the wife he killed.
But
I don't know if he has other millions.
wait, did he actually kill the wife? I thought she was also like living under a fake name.
No, that's just some other woman.
Okay.
That's just some other. That's just Tina, as her shirt so helpfully says, written across it in big letters. Tina.
Do you watch John Boy's, like his videos?
I know the name. I probably have seen some, but I not enough to know specifically.
He has one video about 24, and the way that video starts is like there's a character named Jaws, Jos, Jaws, and it's just like, and like his whole character, it's like, oh, that's his name. It's written right on his shirt. Let's see what Josh does, and he comes out and he gets shot immediately and dies.
Well, that's almost what happens to Tina, except she gets released from her life of sexual slavery, it seems.
Yeah. Judd Hirsch, the good one, gives her his car, gives her Harry's car.
Yes, and she gets to leave from the house where she wears the shirt with her name on it and seemingly gives sexually coercive foot massages. Seems to be her whole life of servitude. Something to do with champagne also, but I don't know. But yeah, we're here. It's twin month. There's a soundbite I've been trying to recall that I may have made up or may have misremembered. I don't know what it's from, but in my memory, it's some movie or TV show or something where a woman with a southern accent shouts twins, and like as some sort of like revelation or something, like she has discovered that someone is twins, and I can't for the life of me figure out what it's from, if it's real.
That sounds so familiar.
The best I can come up with, like phonetically, is the bit at the end of The Graduate where Elaine shouts Ben when she sees him, like, at the wedding. But it's not a one-to-one. There's definitely a southern twang on it in my head. So if someone knows what I'm talking about, hit us up. Let us know what that's from, because it's been driving me crazy for weeks. But we're here for Twin Month. It's Twin July. There's not a pun for it. And we're talking about brotherly love. A movie that was fine.
I enjoyed it. Nothing
Yeah.
like amazing, but I had a good time, especially like the further it went on, when it like kind of switches the formula a bit. I really liked that part.
Yeah, there's some fun stuff throughout. There's some fun exploring the formula and the implications of it all. It didn't like wow me in a way that I was kind of hoping it would to start off the month, and maybe some of these others will be more of that. But yeah, I had a good time with it. It's a fun little twin thriller. And you got double Judd Hirsch, and what could go wrong with that?
Hmm. I mean, there are plenty of things that could have gone wrong with this movie.
Yes,
they
true.
just didn't.
Yeah, that's a good point. This could have been very bad, and it's not. Should I go do the rundown?
Yeah,
and we can then. Yes. So we're talking about Brotherly Love from 1985, directed by Jeff Bleckner, written by Ernest Tidyman, who wrote the Shaft books and screenplay, and the French Connection screenplay. A couple other big, like, notable TV movies as well. He did the screenplays for Dummy and Guyana Tragedy: The Story of Jim Jones, both of which we'll do at some point on this show. It's based on a novel by William D. Blankenship. It stars Judd Hirsch, Karen Carlson, George Zunza, Barry Primus, Anthony Charnata, Ron Karabatsos, Lori Lethin. Special appearance by Joseph Summer. The movie was broadcast May 28th, 1985 on CBS, our first CBS movie since Still the Beaver last year. So it's been like a year almost since we did a CBS movie here. Opposite it, on ABC, you had a TV movie called When Dreams Come True. Logline: a woman is plagued by premonitional dreams, which later become true. Meanwhile, her cop boyfriend tries to shake down a serial killer who happens to appear in her dreams.
Interesting.
And on on NBC. I wrote his name down as Bob Hope, but Bob Hope's Happy Birthday Homecoming special something or other. Uh, and that's it because you didn't have a ton of channels back in 1985, so that's what you got. I
Uh,
took very few notes on this movie just to start
I
things off. I should
I
be able to like remember as things go on, but there was a while into this where I realized, oh, I have not been taking any notes on the actual movie.
I have also not taken very many
Very
notes.
motes, not
Shut
taking
the,
very motes.
stop being so mean to me, Gordon, please.
That's the appeal of the podcast. I hope.
No, but I'm supposed to be mean to you. You're not supposed to be
I
mean to
think
me.
we're both mean to each other. That's how it goes.
Yes, but it's bad when you do it. It's good
I
when
don't
I
know
do
if
it.
that's true. I don't know
Cass
if
would
that's true.
agree.
I can ask him, but I won't.
He's listening.
Yeah, he's in the
Anyway,
other room. But
okay. But two things I wanted to say about Ernest Tidyman specifically. One, I like his last name. I hope he was a tidy man in life. Uh, and he did pass away in 1984, and this was his last film.
yeah, the opening or the end credit scroll opens with dedicated to Ernest Tidyman.
Hmm.
So this was
Oh wow!
a better dedication than Tech War Tech Lords to the actor who played evil stepdad.
And I just realizing it's like his entire career, at least for writing, was 15 years from Shaft to Brotherly Love.
That's crazy. Uh from Shaft to Brotherly Love. I'm just gonna let that sentence hang in the air there.
It's my spin-off of To Sir with Love.
Yeah, sure. My first note that I have. Okay, my first note that I have on the movie is separate than my first note that I have because, and I sent you this, and we both watched this version. There are two YouTube uploads, one that's like 94 minutes, but one that's an hour 50. We both watched the one that's an hour 50 because it's the full broadcast. It's got commercials.
It's got commercials, baby.
Not all of them. In fact, most of them are not super interesting.
Oh, of course not.
Or worth noting. But I took note of basically all of them as they came through.
Oh, you took note of all the commercials?
Just to like mark down what they were. Just to be like, oh, here's a block where it's Polaroid, sea breeze, like fabric softener or whatever, and a cheese commercial, and that's all that one. There's just a block that says that because that's what those commercials were. But we open at the end of some like American Heroes or whatever special, I guess, where Carl Reiner is talking about the Edison kinetoscopic record of a sneeze, just like the first movie. So I hope you logged that on your letterbox as well, because you did watch the whole 5 seconds of that movie. I went ahead and did. I logged it because I did watch it.
I've seen it at other points. I don't need to log it then. Although it's
Yeah,
crazy.
but I put it on my list, of watched this year.
Okay, but tangent. We are quick.
Yes.
Because you remind me of something that pisses me the fuck off about Letterboxd, or I guess it's really TMDB. So you have like all those early like 5 second Edison shorts, but you know what they don't have? They don't have the Edward Muybridge shorts, which is
Really?
crazy to me. They used to. Like I went and watched a whole shit ton of them, made like ratings and logs and everything. But then at some point, like 2 years ago, I think they took them all down. Like
That's crazy.
they only have the horse one, the guy riding the horse, and then they have
Yeah.
just a random one. Like I don't even remember which one it was, but it's just completely random. And it's like I think it was because they ended up taking them all down because the one he did with a capybara, like that was like one of the highest rated films on Letterboxd at the time. I think some person somewhere got mad about that, and so they decided to just take all of his films down. And it's just like, and I've emailed TMDB so many times about this because it genuinely is like so infuriating, makes no sense. Like this is cinematic history, but they never get back to me. They never reinstate the films, and it it is one of it infuriates me so much more than it probably should. But it's
No,
so
that's
frustrating.
real. What the hell? What the hell? That's fucked up.
Anyway, back to brotherly love, I guess.
Yes, back to the commercials before Brotherly Love, because we get a good
Yes.
block before the movie even starts. So you start with this Carl Reiner thing, where he's giving a little spiel about that thing. It may have even just been an intertitle, or whatever. Then you get a postal service ad that just is an eagle that is like, "Hey, the USPS is kind of like an eagle. Thank your local post office worker, or whatever."
I will not.
And then there's a couple commercials that get cut off very quickly. There's a 7-Eleven one where a bunch of guys are, being jerks and slowing down some guy's commute. He's in a hurry and they're being annoying. And then a Jello commercial where Bill Cosby shows up on a TV in some woman's kitchen, and his hand comes through the TV to give her Jello. And it ends with the daughter asking, "Can Bill Cosby stay for dinner?" So that's, oh boy.
That commercial was so fucking like insane to see, especially because the part I remembered specifically was her reaction when Bill Cosby appeared and started talking to her through TV. It's like it was a genuinely scared and terrified Bill
Yeah.
Cosby.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, that's the appropriate reaction.
Yeah. Then we get some little redheaded child with a shit-eating grin being like, "Hey, mom, you should get me a sports car or a VCR or sugar-free Kool-Aid. You were a kid once. Wasn't Kool-Aid your favorite?" Fuck off. That kid pissed me off. Smarmy ass. And then some other commercials that don't really matter. And then we're into the movie. There's also at that somewhere in that block a commercial for Brotherly Love, being like, "Hey, here's some scenes from the movie you're about to watch. It's Brotherly Love." And then the movie starts and it's Brotherly Love. And so my first note on the actual movie is that their daughter has a boyfriend named Oop.
I also took a note about this, but not about that. I just wrote down transphobic Judd Hirsch because he refuses to learn Oop's name.
Yeah, he calls him Oops.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what's Oops coming? When's Oops coming over? But I just why is it that that character is credited in the IMDb credits? There's someone credited as playing Oop. I don't remember him actually showing up in the movie, but
I also don't remember Oop.
we got Oop. I know later they talk about how Oop is gonna drive the kids over to their aunt's house, but where the hell is Oop? I
Who
wanted Oop.
knows?
I want a movie about Oop.
Give me Oop or give me death.
Yep. But yeah, so we have this opening scene where they're at some cabin, Judd Hirsch and wife and 2 children, and then someone is watching them through a sniper's scope. And the movie takes a while to reveal that it's also Judd Hirsch, even though we know, because one, we know currently because that's why we're watching the podcast. 2,
While we're
people
watching the
watching
podcast?
Or you're tuned into CBS in 1985 and you just saw the commercial that said, "Hey, here's a movie you're about to watch. It's got 2 Judd Hirsches in it." And it's also based on a book that I imagine was popular enough for it to deserve this, adaptation of it. I don't know why the movie that, if you don't know that it's 2 Judd Hirsches, why are you watching the movie? If you do know it's 2 Judd Hirsches, what are you going to get out of the movie in it hiding that there's 2 Judd Hirsches? Like, what is the point of that? Why are we being, cutesy about the fact that this is a movie with 2 Judd Hirsch? Why hide it for like 15 minutes into your movie? That annoyed me.
Yeah. I mean, there should be like a little suspense. It's like
a little, but it holds it out for a lot longer than it needs to.
15 minutes is not long at all.
I mean, there are enough scenes that it sort of is playing with, ooh, who's this guy? Who's this guy that's, stalking in the shadows? And like, obviously it's the second Judd Hirsch.
But it's
we
like
know it. Show it. I want to see him. I want to see the Judd.
But you're seeing plenty of Judd, just not evil Judd.
Show me the second Judd.
It
I
looks
know
a
you
lot
have
like
two.
the first Judd, though. It's
I
like
know you have two Judds in your movie. You can't fool me. You can't play pretend about it. I need to see him.
anyway, but it's like I like the way they build up to it, where it's like you get the scenes of like Judd Hirsch going to like the ski shop, and it's just like, and the person's like, "Oh, did the ski suit fit well?" And it's just like what were you talking about? And it's just like, "Oh, you bought a ski suit for your wife t earlier today." It's like, or just whatever, and something like that. And then like there's another one before like the big blow up, but it's like yeah, it's just like I like those little scenes of like, okay, there is somebody out there who looks a lot like Judd Hirsch. Why is he out there? Who is he? And then eventually after, oh yeah, the second one is the thing at the work the workplace where it's just like,
No, before that, is that before or after the he picks up the girl that he ends up killing?
oh, I
Because
completely forgot about that plot point.
I think that's the first time you see him. Which that's the other thing is if you're building up towards a reveal, that reveal is not going to work either way because either going into this that there's two Judd Hirsches, and so holding for a reveal of Judd Hirsch is not gonna give you anything because you already know you got Judd Hirsch coming down the line. And if you don't already know, the reveal I guess is like, oh, it's the guy we've been seeing already, and it's just gonna be like the movie plays too far, too fast and loose for too long with the idea that it is all in his head and that it's a split personality thing. Um, and I don't know if it works super well because obviously it's two Judd Hirsches. Obviously it's two guys. Like I don't know. I found some of it a little
I
poorly
mean,
done, but I still had fun with it. I'm not criticizing the movie. Just there were points where it felt like not the most exciting way you can handle an evil twin narrative because it was maybe not trusting its audience to understand this is an evil twin movie.
I mean, I when you say it's just like playing with the idea that it might be all in his head, like I don't think it really was. I think it's other people thinking like it's about the frustration that it's like, yes, this is something that sounds completely unbelievable. Yes, it sounds like something I would make up, but no, it's true. I have an evil twin brother who escaped from a mental asylum and has faked his death and is now trying to hurt me and my family.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know if I can properly like explain what I'm talking about here. It there were
Well, that's
points
what the
where it felt
podcast is
very
for, stupid. God.
yeah. There were points where it felt a little bit like, oh, that's all. Uh I guess that it sort of comes around to it by the one cop like not believing him.
Mhm.
But to have a scene where he goes in before anything has actually happened to be like, hey, just so you guys know, I have an evil twin. This is all him. Uh it did like it feels a little bit I was thinking of Gone Girl a lot in this with the whole like framing him for everything for trying to fuck up his life.
Yeah.
And there were points like it did make me think of if at some point in Gone Girl before Amy disappears, if Nick had gone to the cops and been like, hey, just so you know, my wife is crazy and she's probably going to fake her own death and try and frame me for it. And then it happens and the cops still don't believe him because they're like, hey, we heard that he died. So like I don't know.
I
It
mean,
just felt weird in the framing of some of that.
well,
But I don't know.
for me, the scene when he first goes to the cops, first of all, it did bug me a little because he only mentions going to the ski store and uh like
No, he
like
only
him going
mentions the wait, maybe you're right.
he doesn't mention like the fact that his brother went into work impersonating him and got him fired from his job. Like I feel like that's something I would tell the cops about. Like and it's like that's a good like that might not be like a severe like threat on you and your family yet, but it's like that's at least concerning. Like somebody did that. And it's
Yeah.
like that. Sorry. Um, but yeah, and it's like but I outside of that, it's like I think it works as like something. It's like he already knows something is wrong, and it's just like and like the general idea of like when something is wrong, you should go to the cops about it. But it's proving immediately that the cops here are kind of untrustworthy. They can't really do
Sorry,
anything with it.
that one cop here is untrustworthy because he is mafiaed up, and he's the bad cop. And eventually, George Zunza comes around and believes him. I guess. Actually, I don't know if we see him ever again in the movie after the scene where he beats up on the dirty cop and was like, "Hey, you sold us out. I'm gonna make sure you get in trouble for this." And then I don't know if you see that guy ever again. So
Mm.
maybe he's not so all right after all. I don't know. Um,
I'm sorry. Um, it this is gonna sound like a weird comparison, but it's almost like a better version of Sirens in the sense it's like it's portraying like the cops is bad, and then it's like okay, well if the cops can't do anything, I literally need to take this into my own hands, or else like my family will die.
I guess I
And
guess you could make that
a better version
comparison.
of Sirens in that comparison alone, because I was just trying to think of another movie that like where it's showing the cops as like ineffectual, and it's just like because I do like that when it's like it makes the people in the story like feel less like helpless victims, and it's like let them be active in their own story. I like stories like that.
Yeah, that's fair. I do like that third act where the thriller sort of gets upended and he's the one going around fucking over Harry's whole deal.
Yes, yes.
That stuff is fun. It's kind of the most interesting parts of the movie because again, I think the actual impersonation life ruining stuff doesn't work as much, partially because he does have his whole family that immediately believes him, that his wife is right on his side, that it takes absolutely no convincing to get the son to realize that it actually wasn't his dad that tried to shoot him with a rifle, and that it was just an evil guy who looks exactly like him. Like he's on board with that real quick while he's still in the hospital from the trauma of it all.
Yeah.
And you do have the one cop, and I guess the other cops under him that are like, no, this guy's bad news. But like, he's got a lawyer, he's got his wife, he's got enough people that do believe him that it doesn't feel like too much of a threat. Uh, Down to the point that the mafia that is in this movie that do falsely believe that he is, responsible for this killing, when they go to get him, they get the right guy. They get Harry on accident instead of Ben anyway. So like that's not even a threat to Ben.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that
That whole
whole
section of yeah,
the mafia bit is so stupid. Like I don't understand why they needed to include that.
it really feels like they just like ran out of ideas and were like, well, I'm sure it comes from the book, but it
Yeah.
reads as the author being like, well, what can I do next? How can I make this more threatening? Let's just make it a mafia story for like 10 chapters.
Yeah.
Let's just like get the mob involved, and this girl that the evil twin picks up off the side of the road and then murders and dumps in a river is Tony Scar's daughter.
It's so stupid. Like this would have been just so much better if it was more focused. It was if it was just this little cat and mouse game with like the two Judd Hirsches, where it's like, this would have
It
been better. Actually, this would have been better if it was Gemini Man.
they're not the I was talking about doing this month with someone recently and they also brought up Gemini Man.
I mean,
Even though it's not twins and it's not a TV movie, but the people long for Gemini Man discourse. We need to bring it
people.
back.
I mean, I was about to say like, isn't one of our movies a clone one? But no, we specifically shut it down because we wanted it to be twins.
Yes, we're not doing the darker side of terror or something like that. The double Robert Forster.
I
Where
just
what if
realized
terror was dark?
I just realized Jonathan Tunick did the score for this movie. EGOT winner Jonathan Tunick. That's crazy.
Whoa, there you go.
Good for him.
I
Not good
did
for
not.
him. What? No, never mind. It's not good for him to do this movie.
Bad for him.
This
Bad
is
for John
this is
Tunick.
bad for him. It's like this is a
Did I
low
call
point of
him?
his career.
I think I just called him Jonic Tunick.
We are
Um,
both terrible with our speech.
yeah, it's just one of those days today. One thing that I liked really early on, actually, in the early goings of the identity thing, is so Ben, the good one, gets a call from his wife that's like, "Oh, I love this ski suit and this fur coat that you bought me, and this letter that this handwritten note that's so cute." And he's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And then later on, he goes home, and I don't remember what the phrase is, but he takes out a piece of paper and writes down a phrase from that note and then compares them, and it's the same handwriting, and it's pretty cool even if that's not how twins work. uh it's still a cool little moment of like, you know, because what it reads to me at first as is that Harry is, so skilled and arranged that he knows how to copy his brother's handwriting. But then later on in the movie, what it really is just that because they're twins, they have the same handwriting, and it's
Not how
stupid.
twins works.
There's a lot of things in this movie that's not how twins works. Uh, but
Judd Hirsch keeps saying, or Ben keeps saying, it's just like we're we have a relationship that's much closer than brothers. I know how he's thinking. It's like in some cases, but not this one.
they're doing the like twin telepathy thing where it's like, oh, one time when we were in Boy Scouts, Ben fell in the river and I knew he was in danger and I was 2 miles away. So if Ben had died in a car accident, I would know. And that's his like justification for this isn't all in my head. I'm not, living a double life. It is for real. Uh, because that is something that the movie they bring in a twin expert who is like, well, twins are freaky, and maybe if Harry died and Harry was an evil murderer, psychopath, maybe Ben is subconsciously taking on Ben's traits to fill the gap. Slash, we don't know how twins go, so like, what if they were like some sort of mythical creature, like a centaur? What if they could just do that? Which is a very funny stance for this movie to take, that you have a whole pseudoscience section of the movie where the police call in an expert that are like, well, he's probably just faking it because he's crazy. Which is I did like that moment. It's stupid. We're just sort of jumping around, and that's okay. This is not a movie that is super like, plotted out in the best of ways. I do like the scene where that shitty little son with a Michael Ontkean haircut. Uh, there's like a whole plot point where he wants his dad to buy him a rifle, and he's like, "I won't buy you a rifle. You're 12." And so he borrows his friend's rifle, or not borrows. He rents it because he pays money for it. And the scene where he's trying to get the rifle and his friend is like, "You don't know how to use this," and he's like, "Yes, I do know how to use your gun." And the actor is very clearly having some, his voice is cracking. You already took my $22. Now give me the ammo. Stop trying to back out of it. A few lines I wrote down there. And then he ends up getting the rifle, going through the woods and finding Harry with his own, sniper's roost. And he does not question why his dad is there in the woods with a sniper rifle trained at their house, and immediately thinks it's his dad until he gets the rifle and starts shooting over his shoulder and chases after him. And then he falls over and passes out and wakes up and cries for mom and gets brought to the hospital, and immediately is like, "I knew that wasn't you, Dad. Why didn't you tell us you have an evil twin?"
Okay, so it's like I like that it doesn't have the family like think it's the dad. Like once he explains it, it's like yeah, like that makes sense. It's like well, one because the the wife, the mother, already knew about this, and it's just like so she's able to like support like his like what he's saying. It's just like yeah, you told me about your evil twin brother. Like don't worry, kids. It's like it wasn't your dad. It was his evil twin brother. This makes sense. And it's just like and I like maybe they should have like maybe given the kid a bit of more trauma, where it's just like even though he knows that didn't do it, it's like it's still scary. Like seeing him reminds him of when he almost got fucking shot.
Yeah, it just again to bring it back to Gone Girl, the stakes of Gone Girl are so effective because Nick has nobody on his side. Like he has his sister and that's it. Everyone else is immediately out to get him, and that's what makes that an effective thriller. And here, the people in his life that could be turned against him are very easily, convinced to stay on his side in a way that kind of muddles the stakes that you could have in a story like this, where, the brother is, he at one point tries to, he pretends to be Ben and tries to have sex with the wife. Near the end, he like threatens to, assault the daughter, and these are almost shoots the kid and that gets resolved very quickly, the son. And like the family is fair game to be turned against him in a way that it just never does, and they're all immediately so I don't know, it feels like it just moves past that side of things way too quickly, when like it would have been more interesting if they also weren't convinced and he also had to prove to them. If he had to, another thing I thought about was Face Off, which also has the like, assumed identity of the good guy with the face of the bad guy, even though here it's the same face. Where like Travolta as what is the main guy's name in that? I should know this.
I should not.
Or not Travolta as Nick Cage as Travolta's character, when he shows up to Joan Allen and is like, hey, I'm your husband, you have to believe me, and she like is cautious against it, but he shows the scar on his stomach from when he got shot, through the stomach and into the sun, when their kid got killed. Like a scene like that where the wife has to be convinced that he's the real Judd Hirsch, and not she immediately freaks out. And then when the real good Judd Hirsch shows up, she's like, I knew it wasn't him from the moment he touched me. I knew that was Harry. And it doesn't feel thrilling in the way that I wanted it to when you have evil identical twin shows up and is trying to, fuck your whole life. That the family was never really like turned against him annoyed me, because it's right there. It's right there.
I mean, the way I'm viewing this, it's like it's a movie about like what if you had this situation? It's like what if you were replaced by or like you had this secret twin brother who is trying to ruin your life, and it's like you would want your family to believe you. You would want like
Yeah,
I
but you
feel
would also want the cops to believe you, and they don't. So like that's what
but
that's
that's what
what
cops
makes
do.
effective stakes.
That's what
That's what
cops
cops
do.
do.
Yeah, that's what cops do.
That's not how twins does, but that is what cops do.
Exactly. It's just like,
Uh,
but you don't want the cops to believe you because you want to be a vigilante. It's
I
like if you can't be a vigilante if without cops not believing you.
Yeah, I guess. But I don't know. It felt like untapped potential that the kids are gone from the movie also after a certain
Oh
point,
yeah,
and they're just like not there. The wife also she goes along with him for a bit near the end when
yeah.
they
I was saying it's just
but
like the kids like are completely gone while the father and mother are gallivanting around trying to ruin this evil man's life.
yeah, doing their bait and switch, like haha, fuck you thought. Um
And like, okay, I'm gonna skip to the ending real quick because with that in mind, like the ending is like they're saying that they're going to fake um
Ben's death.
Ben's death, like with this house fire, and also the wife's death, also maybe because they said she would also be going under her fake name. I don't know. Uh,
I could not tell what was going on in the ending. It was not a good ending to this movie.
I like was Tech War last week or was that 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago, last week was Librarians.
Yes. Um, it, I was thinking about Tech War a bit because that also had a fun firefight scene, and it's like
Yeah,
I like the fighting scene itself, but yeah, the actual ending where it's like it ends with them saying it's like, well, it's like
you're gonna
they're
have to get used to calling me Harry
yeah, and
in a
it's
way
just,
that it feels ambiguous as to which wrong twin died. It feels almost, but
yeah, like
no, I guess that is Ben. I
yeah,
guess
like
we're supposed to just assume or believe that it is like it's
because she
not
has
played for ambiguity.
she has a moment where she's like she looks at the two of them and it's like trying to figure out which one to say, but then it's pretty clearly like trying to lead us to believe that she got the right one.
Yeah, but it does not, give us that neatly enough for it to be immediately
Yeah.
understandable.
And but anyway, it's like the kids. Where are the kids? What's gonna
They,
happen to them?
yeah, if they are doing this whole, assumed identity thing, which they don't need to, by the way, like it,
Yeah.
the cops, it would be very easy to convince the cops, even especially because now that the George Zanza knows that the mafia is involved in like getting him released and everything, like I feel like with everything that's happened, with all the accounts that they have all this documentation for showing that Harry was alive up until very recently and operating these accounts, it should not be that hard to be like, hey, Harry faked his death in that car accident. We just talked to the father-in-law from that car accident, and he did get shot in the chest with an arrow tonight, but like he could have vouched for us, and there's other people that can. It They don't need to pretend that Ben is dead and that Ben is Harry. I don't know what's going on
Yeah,
there. It's too convoluted. It's stupid.
although part of me thinks that maybe they want to pretend to be Harry because Harry is rich and they're not.
I guess, but like they drained all those accounts and they have that money.
I know,
They
but also it's like if he went back to his old life, he's still like, doesn't have his job anymore, and
Yeah,
there's so much baggage with being Ben. It's like, wouldn't you rather be Harry?
I guess, but like no, not really.
I mean, I don't know.
Also, Harry is legally dead. What are they gonna get
There's
out of
no,
that?
there's the fake Harry. There's two
Oh yes,
Harrys.
Harry. What's the fake name? Harry Brand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they're gonna be him.
Oh, that makes more sense, but it's still stupid.
It is, but stupid's fun sometimes. This is good.
Yeah.
This is good. Stupid to me.
Speaking of good stupid, again, this is at times just a mafia movie because the girl that Harry picked up on the side of the road and then murdered was the daughter of a prominent mafia don who has, is like, I'm gonna find the guy who killed my daughter, and he enlists his dirty cop to give him the
That
information,
that Mayor Joe Quimby impression.
which is in and of itself a JFK impression. So I don't know why you went to Quimby first,
Because
but
it didn't sound like JFK. It sounded like a bad impression of JFK, ergo Mayor Joe Quimby.
that's a fair point. Um, but yeah, so the mafia gets the tip that Ben is getting picked up in relation to this killing. So they uh, have someone call in a false confession so that they will release Ben from custody and they can track him and pick him up and do mob justice. Only instead, they happen to go to Ben's house right as Harry has called the wife, who has a name, I bet, probably, but Donna. Okay, sure.
You didn't need to look that up. You could
I
just said
didn't.
the wife.
I had the page open. I might as well. But so Harry and the wife are at the house, and Harry, jumps on her, and she's like, "You're not my husband," and he has the line, "You're the wife of a twin. It should be a privilege." I guess to have sex with your husband's twin, that's a privilege. But then the mafia shows up in one of the most unintentionally funny plot points we've had in a movie, maybe ever on this podcast, where the mafia happens to accidentally get the wrong right guy, and they take Harry, who is responsible for the killing, who they think is Ben, who's not responsible. And so Harry's in the back of this mafia truck being like, "Hey, you got the wrong guy. I'm Harry. I'm his brother. I can prove it to you." And then he just escapes. Which also leads to a great line reading where you have a scene with Tony Scar, the father of the dead girl, and he and some goons are in some shady warehouse, and the guy who's supposed to be, tracking Harry or Ben or whatever shows up. It's like, "Hey, we lost him, boss." And then the scene goes on. It's like, "I'm gonna go out and gonna get him." But then Tony Scar pulls a gun on him. And he goes, "Oh no, Tony, no!" And then he gets shot and killed. And I just love that delivery of, "Oh no, Tony, no!" Love it.
The mafia shit is so stupid, but it's like,
And then it's gone, and then it never comes back again, other than like that guy and another dirty cop, their bodies getting dumped in front of the police station, and that's what tells George Zunza that like the mafia was, involved, and that the other cop is dirty as well. You sold us. You sold him. You sold us. I want you to clear out your desk and not show up again to work tomorrow. As he goes on this whole tirade, and that ends with like, "And I expect you'll do the right thing and resign." So stupid.
so stupid. Okay, quick thing on the lieutenant. God, I had the page open. Where the hell is it? Here it is. I really liked George Zunza as the lieutenant here. I thought he was like maybe my favorite part of the movie, just because I thought he was genuinely good, like in his little supporting role. And it did help. It was helped by the fact that he kind of looks like young John Goodman, especially like Raised in Arizona, where it's like, it's like I liked seeing him. It's just like, it was fun.
Yeah, always like seeing him show up in something.
I have never known of his presence until now.
I know the name, and he's one of the guys in the Deer Hunter. He's the cop friend in Basic Instinct. He shows up in things every now and then.
Oh, we're gonna see him in April sometime because of Skokie.
Sure, I believe it.
Is this also Dennehy? No, that's not Dennehy. Okay.
Multiple scenes where, because then we get to the point in the movie where good Judd Hirsch pretends to be evil Judd Hirsch, and we do a little, switcheroo. So he goes to his stockbroker and drains his account. And thankfully, he has a sign on his desk that says Oliver. And he's like, "Oh, well, good to see you again, Oliver." And he's like, "Oh, Oliver, why are you calling me that? I'm Ollie, don't you know?" And then later he does the same exact thing with the sex slave Tina, who has a shirt that says Tina on it, who is so happy to be released and given her freedom. Like, "Really? You want me to go? I can just leave? I can leave here finally?" And there's a weird scene, and I don't know what's going on there, but yeah, now it's the section of the movie where Ben pretends to be Harry, takes out all his money, finds out all the stuff going on with him, goes to his ex-father-in-law, and then they set up a trap at the cabin, which is a very fun. Harry tracks them to this house, and Ben, to lure him to the cabin, has written across like 5 different mirrors throughout the house, "Welcome home, Harry," in the bedroom. And that leads him to the bedroom. And then there's 2 mirrors next to each other. No, there's one mirror that says, "I'm at the cabin," signed the monkey. Because that's a thing that's been brought up once, that his nickname was Monkey when they were a kid. And so Harry, in a fit of rage, shoots a crossbow at the mirror and hits it right in the M in Monkey. So it does a little bit look like he could have theoretically signed it as the Honky. But I did take a screenshot of that mirror with the crossbow bolt through the M, just because what a striking image to put in your movie. I'm at the cabin, signed the Aroonki.
It's it like this scene feels like it would be in like Scary Movie 4 and they're parodying Black Swan with the whole like
I think
lipstick on
that
the
is a there
there is a
scene
scene like
in
that.
a
I
scary
know
movie.
there is, but it's like this is also something they would do to parody Black Swan.
Like I could see a version of this that's in like a Leslie Nielsen type of thing, where like if this scene was in a bigger movie, he just keeps going throughout the house and there's more and more mirrors and it's like a full manifesto and one of them is just like and furthermore and then the next mirror from there is like I also think and it just goes on and on and on and that's the bit
It's like
but
go to the Hall of Mirrors, and it's like there's a fun house next door. It's just like he's
yeah
running through the maze.
yeah it's a fun bit
It's,
um
this movie's like I'm liking this movie more the more we talk about it. Actually, like it's just
yeah
so silly.
it's a silly fun time. I just wish that I liked it more than just the like unintentionally fun parts because there's fun stuff and it's always nice to see a double Hirsch. What other movies are you gonna get? One, even just leading man Judd Hirsch, full stop. But
Mhm.
like leading men Judd Hirsch, come on.
Leading men, Judd Hirsch.
Best supporting actor, the second Judd Hirsch that they cloned and then had to kill afterwards like a dog. It took him out back and shot him in the back of the head. That's how all these movies this week were filmed, by the way. This month, we fuck off. It's a heat wave. I'm hot. I can be forgiven
You
for.
are hot, Gordon. We love you.
Thank you.
Anyway,
But yeah.
oh sorry.
Yes.
Did you
No,
have
I
to
was
say?
just gonna say I don't have any more notes on the movie, just the commercials. But do you have anything else on Brotherly
I
Love the
I
movie?
was about to say I took 3 notes on the movie, 1 note
Whoa.
on a commercial. It was transphobic Judd Hirsch, the big money quote, and then there's a shot near the end when Judd Hirsch looks like he's in a late French New Wave film. It's specifically when he's in the house, he's about to find Tina, and it's just like walking up the weird staircase. It really does look like a late 60s Godard film.
I didn't see that shot, but I believe you.
Like or maybe like a La Samurai or something like that.
Yeah. Commercials that I have of note. There's a Dom DeLuise Ziploc commercial where he says morsels as morsels or something morsels. I wrote it down and now I can't like figure out how I actually meant to like phonetically write it. But he's in a whole chef outfit, and the reveal at the end is that he's making a giant pizza. It's a good thing he has Ziploc for that giant pizza.
Can I do one thing, like do my commercial I wrote down and then you do the rest?
Yes.
So my favorite was the Polaroid commercial, and I wrote
Yeah.
down the script, the line said in the commercial, but I made one change to make it more relevant to the movie. Let's see if you can find out.
Okay.
Um, is your child in the play? She was the avocado. The avocado was very good. I can't wait till these pictures come back. When my husband sees that avocado dancing with that banana was my son. He was recently attacked by my husband's twin brother. Oh,
I
Polaroid
think
pictures.
I think I know what it is.
No, I don't think you
I th-
did.
I think I got the line.
Was it Polaroid pictures that you were thinking?
No, it was the line about the avocado.
No, unfortunately. It was
Fuck.
me adding in he was recently attacked by my
Fuck.
husband's twin brother. But
Shit.
I really like that commercial the like little like what's it called when there's a thing that transitions to a commercial? Like it's an indent or
In the like intertitle or whatever.
yeah, it's
Something like that.
like whatever it is. It's like that was cut off slightly, so it at the start of this commercial, I thought it was just another scene from the movie, but then it's like at a certain point, it's just like, oh wait, this is clearly a commercial. But it's just like I
Yeah.
was like imagining like this is just a scene in the movie.
Yeah. There were a few commercials that were cut off after a few seconds. Commercials we got multiples of. There were multiple ads for Busch Gardens, which is some like resort that's like, or not resort, but it's like it seemed to be like a
It's an amusement park.
internationally themed amusement park. Whereas
Do you
like
not know what Busch Gardens is?
I have heard of it. I don't know too much about it, really.
Yeah.
It's like a chain, right? It's like
Yeah,
not a
it
single local thing. It's like
there's multiple Busch Gardens. I think it's
like
all
a
along like the East Coast, I think.
that makes sense. It's like a Kings Island type thing.
Isn't Kings Island one thing?
No, there's maybe I know Six Flags. I know there's multiple of, but Kings Island I thought there were more of. Maybe I'm
Okay,
wrong.
Busch Gardens, I think there's two, Williamsburg and Tampa.
I
Um,
guess there's just one Kings Island. Okay, never mind. I always thought Kings Island was also a chain. Huh? How many Six Flags are there?
a lot. There's like
Yeah.
8 of them in the US.
34 in North
Oh,
America, including
jeez.
20 amusement parks and 14 water parks, with
Okay,
nine on-site resorts.
I'm not counting the fucking water parks. Those aren't real.
Okay, well, this is wrong. This says Six Flags was founded 2 years ago. Maybe that's the specifically this version
There's a
of.
merger recently.
Yeah, that makes sense. I, okay, I was not expecting the Wikipedia page, like the table at the side. All of that is its New York Stock Exchange information. So I guess I'm on the Wikipedia page for specifically the like corporation, which I guess makes sense. I don't know if there would be a
Yeah,
I don't know.
I looked up
Regardless,
Six Flags and clicked the wiki thing, and it says Six Flags 1961 to 2024. It's like it fucking died.
yeah. I guess the prior version of it, um, he was so young. Uh, what other ads do I have? Florence Henderson promoting some cooking oil. There's a like a laundry detergent ad that is presented by way of there's a like a ghost that comes out of the washing machine that says germs, which I thought was fun. Multiple ads for the new Mike Hammer TV movie, which we got to do some of those at some point.
Yes, I
Um,
liked the My Camera commercials. They were always
yeah,
fun.
I like the little the Duracell ad with the little battery powered mailman that walks down the street. I thought that was cute. I like that little mailman toy. He like he like opens up an umbrella when it's
Mhm.
raining for the through rain or snow or what or that line. I thought that was fun. It was a
Wait,
cute little metal mailman.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna go like I need to talk about Six Flags a bit more because it's
Yes,
like I don't understand this table. Um, I think so Six Flags merged with Cedar Fair, I think, but it's just like
sure.
it says like, oh wait, never mind. I'm just stupid. It's just the way they phrase it. It's like they had the different thing of X Cedar Fair properties and X Six Flags properties, making you think that like these used to be owned by this company but aren't anymore. But it's
Sorry, did
like
you say X Six Flags? What was the word you said after that?
companies.
You said parpies. X
No,
Six Flag parpies.
properties. I've said properties.
You meant to say properties. You said X Cedar Fair properties, and then you said X Six Flags parpies.
Can you stop being so mean to me? Anyway,
No.
so I didn't look at the legend, and I looking through. It's just like, okay, so the blue ones must be what they own, and the red ones must be what they don't own. But it's like it looked all the red ones were Six Flags, and it's like, wait, I'm on the page for Six Flags. Why don't they own any Six Flags? And it's just like, oh, it's like Six Flags is like Knott's Berry Farm is Six Flags now. That's crazy. But no, there was just a merger of the two companies of Cedar Fair and Six Flags, and that's why it's like this.
Well, there you go. There was I think Listerine ad that had you sent me one of these just like text cards that said
Yes.
your grandmother was right. Your mother was right, but they only knew half the story. And it's because Listerine also kills plaque. That's the half of the story they didn't know. There's a news break for just local Philadelphia news for wherever this was recorded from. And to like tease what's coming up next, they say they're talking about a search for a police killer, a tri-state water crisis, and then I wrote down this quote: Herb has the weather forecast, a big Al with the Bill Cunningham story, and all the sports,
All of them.
all the sports. But also, we need to return to a time when you could be a regional local newsman just named Big Al.
Like the country bear.
Yeah, probably. There's
Um,
also a commercial that it's like the new word on everyone's lips in Hollywood is in German. And then you zoom in on this woman. She has a beer can and it's making me think, oh, it's going to be like Budweiser or whatever. And the word she says is Beck's, because in Beck's beer, some German import beer or whatever, but it's Beck's, BECK''S. Gun to my head, wouldn't have been able to tell you that was German. I'd never heard of it, but even just from looking at it, would not have guessed that's a German beer. And it's very funny to be like, oh, we've got this new German beer that's so German that people in Hollywood are saying German names like Beck's.
It's it's Beck's beer. It's the guy Beck.
Beck the
singer.
guy. Yeah, Beck
Yeah,
the guy.
it is his beer.
Yeah, it's from Beck the guy.
It's like how every like big movie star now has like a tequila company or something. Beck started it all with beer.
Beck's beer.
Beck's beer.
Long before he was anyone.
Back in
1985.
1985.
Like
how
a
old was
decade.
Beck then?
Yes, Beck back then. How old is Beck?
He was 15 in
Okay.
1985.
And he put out a German beer that he couldn't drink.
Yeah. Yeah, he was born in LA. Okay.
And then there's a Swedish shampoo commercial that they do the jingle on like 3 times over the course of one commercial. There's a 9 Lives cat food commercial with Morris the cat, which I want to know what his deal is. That's really it. There's more, but like there wasn't anything too outlandish in the commercials. Really, the Dom DeLuise one was fun. The Bill Cosby one up top was wild, but like that gets out of the way pretty early.
There's the one I quoted to you, which is like just some random TV movie I don't even remember the name of. Like I looked up the page.
Yes, I wrote this down.
And then
Listen to Your Heart.
Yeah, Listen to Your Heart. And it's like I looked it up. It just seems like a incredibly generic rom-com. But it's just like there's just a point where it's just like it has like different clips from the movie. It's like, I'm depressed, I'm sad, I'm cracking up, don't give up. And it's just like that just it was just so intense in my face. It's just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Suddenly you're feeling all over the place. Wow.
I know, crazy. I'm gonna find the way Dom DeLuise says morsels.
Why?
I don't know. It was
they can't
funny.
hear it.
Yeah, but I can give you the timestamp and you can put it in because you're going to be editing the podcast anyway because of the phone call I got.
Yeah, but I don't want to download an audio clip to input into the podcast.
I will screen record it and send it to you.
Why are we doing it on the podcast itself? Just send it to me after.
I want to get a live reaction so that then you can put it in and then we can react to it. There it is. Morsels.
I got that.
Flavor these little morsels. Oh, that laugh is good. He does a little like move with it too. These little morsels.
The audience is hearing it, so okay, we can react now.
Good, it did pick it up. Yeah, these little morsels. I'll screen record that so you can put it in better quality. But yeah, Dom DeLuise. Where's the we need a movie with 2 Dom DeLuises. Now that's a movie.
Isn't there a movie like that?
Probably. Dom DeLuise twins. Movies with 2 of him.
No, I don't see anything.
Yeah. Well, Dom DeLuise never played a dual role, parentheses 2 of himself, in a feature film. He famously pulled off the twin brother bit live on stage with Eddie Murphy during the 1980s Jerry Lewis MDA Labor Day telethon, joking about being separated twins. Thank you, Google AI.
Rest in peace, Dom DeLuise.
Yeah.
he looks really good with a beard. Like that really suits him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's working on him, and that whole chef getup. He's got the little like ascot off to
Hmm.
the side. He's got the Italian flag just printed on his apron.
Hmm. I
It's
wonder,
a
like,
it's a
he,
huge fucking pizza. Also, like, what is up with these concentric? Is it's supposed to be a pizza, right? It's not. Maybe it's just like a a sample tray. That would make more sense with the things on it. But like, yeah, I'm seeing rolled salami. Okay, yeah, this is just like a sample platter.
yeah, remember, it's like
It's
you
not
roll
a
the salami so tight you can use it as a toothpick.
yes, I remember that. You don't really do that on pizza. Man, give me the movie adaptation of that commercial. I want to see a
What?
movie where Dom DeLuise makes a big plate of food.
There probably is a movie like that.
I did look up the Google image results on Dom DeLuise movies with two of him. One of them does link to a movie starring him, uh, directed by Anne Bancroft called Fatso, uh, which is notable for Brienne Murphy becoming the first woman to be credited as a cinematographer on a studio film.
Oh, it's awesome.
And the poster is a picture of a balding Dom DeLuise looking very sad in front of a list that says "Do not eat," and then just a bunch of food that he's not allowed to eat. I guess because he's so fat.
Hmm. It's trying to lose
Crazy.
weight.
Yeah.
It.
Uh,
I
is
wish
this
there has to be a movie where or like a something where Dom DeLuise like parodies Pavarotti
he
because he looks
must
so
have?
much like it with his beard
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah. I know he played Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, in Silence of the Hams. That's right.
Yeah.
Do
Or
we have
sorry,
anything else?
no, but I do just want to say the name of the Hannibal Lecter in that. Do you know the name of the Hannibal Lecter parody in The Silence of the Hams?
Nope.
His name is Dr. Animal Cannibal Pizza.
That's so stupid. It's not even a joke.
Dr. Animal Cannibal Pizza. And also Billy Zane plays Joe D. Foster.
Are you waiting for me to end the episode or no?
I kind of am.